Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the conversation on Lagos Television. I am Ajibola Ojeshola. It's so great to be back.
And I'm Joshua Murakio. It's good to have you join us this morning. It promises to be an exciting conversation today.
And I am.
Not again. Not again.
I am Adebimpe, but I just wanted to start with a bang. I wanted to start with a bang like Joshua and Jibola, but my voice keeps failing me.
Oh my God. Is this voice made in Nigeria or imported from abroad?
From Cotonou. I'm Adebimpe Omotayo. It's nice to be back here again.
I am Joy Olu. Welcome to the conversation.
All right, before we go to our news point for today, despite all the explanations that we've been having from government and some of the government agencies, I still see queues everywhere.
Okay, I think
Is this the new normal?
I think those saddled with responsibility of managing this critical sector of our economy, and they are clever by half. History has shown that over the past couple of years, they've not been truthful. They've not given Nigerians the true picture of what is exactly happening. Because I can't explain how last week NNPPC will say we've taken delivery of so metric tons of fuel. It has berthed in Lagos. The previous one, they said logistical challenges. And I'm wondering, how have they been distributing fuel all these years that we don't have logistics? I do understand when it's about December, due to winter, it's difficult to get some of these vessels down. We used to have that perennial challenge. Now, how can you explain it? Is it the tank farms that we don't have again? Is it the... I don't understand. Don't we have tankers again to ferry some of these commodities, products to different... So what is happening? So which excuse can we adduce for this perennial?
I wouldn't dwell so much on this particular issue that we raised just now. Fortunately enough, one of our news points today is going to address that. I know we are going somewhere in this country, but where we are going,
I don't know.
Is what I don't know.
Okay.
All right, we'll quickly run through our news points, and I think security is very, very germane to the socio-economic development of any society. So let me take the first news point. Tinubu appoints new NIA DSS heads. President Bola Tinubu yesterday approved the appointment of new Director Generals of the National Intelligence Agency and the Department of State Services. The new appointment followed the resignation of the previous NIA and DSS chiefs. According to a statement signed by Tinubu's Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngilale, the statement was titled, President Tinubu appoints new Directors General of NIA and DSS. In the NIA, Mohammed succeed Ahmed Abubakar, who resigned his position as DG on Saturday for NIA. Abubakar was first appointed DG of the NIA in 2008 by former President Muhammadu Buhari, who extended his stay in office in December 2021. Meanwhile, Mr. Adeola Ajayi succeeded Yusuf Bichi as the new DG of DSS. Bichi was also appointed DG of the DSS in September 2018 by former President Buhari. Mohammed, who joined the NIA in 1995, served in various roles, and of course later was promoted to the rank of director, and a subsequent appointment as the head of Nigerian mission to Libya. Is a 1990 graduate of Bayero University in Kano, and the new DSS director Ajayi rose through the ranks to attain his current post of Assistant Director General of DSS. He had at various times served as State Director in Bauchi, Enugu, Bayelsa, Rivers, and Kogi State. So we have new heads of DSS and NIA. How come the two of them resigned, Bichi and Ahmad?
It's due to intelligent nature of their... I don't like this people. I don't like... Jibola, let me talk to you.
Are they tired or they are aging?
No, I think...
Information ahead of their resignation.
Oh, okay.
I think they needed to, you need to synchronize. When you say you need to collaborate with your sister agency, what you have just seen there is collaboration. And then DSS. You get it?
I like it. You know, yesterday we insinuated a lot of things on this program that it is strange for big men
To resign.
to resign.
But
Initially it was NIA.
I think the reality has also done that. There needs to be some kind of shift. They were left there by President Tinubu. There were just a few that weren't changed when President Tinubu came on board. And you have them, they hold a very critical position. We're talking about those people that are literally not seen. But their work is literally, their commodity is intelligence. So having them just resigning is also a function of intelligence.
It's very good.
Yes.
Okay, so bravo for the resignation. We thank you so much for setting a new record in our history in Nigeria. All right, Joshua, your story.
Okay, interesting story. Federal government to short errand filling stations as petrol hits 1,000 naira per litre. Many filling stations operated by independent oil marketers have now fixed the pump prices of premium motor spirit, popularly known called petrol, at between 900 and 1,000 naira per litre. Owners of these stations seem not to care about the cost of the product at retail outlets operated by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company. Petrol prices at NNPC stations ranges from 568 naira to 617 naira per litre. This often leads to queues at the stations. As Nigerians raise concern about the high cost, let me just keep that to what the spokesperson of the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority says. He said when it was accosted that the petrol prices report that the regulatory gets from its... Okay, he said from the reports they get from his own, their own fillers, that they get... Nobody is selling petrol at 850 naira per litre. That's the spokesman of the NMDPRA, George Eneta, said from the people...
Maybe you should monitor again.
No, this is the funny thing. And I don't like when people are clever by half. I don't know where he stays in Nigeria, except if he's staying...
Under the rock.
Lagos.
Lagos. It can't be Lagos now, except if he's staying in... Where are you from again? No, sorry. I mean, except if you're staying in the hinterland. You know that place close to... Where was seeded to Cameroon?
Bakassi?
Bakassi. Maybe it's the prices from Bakassi. Because if you are in Abuja or Lagos, and you are telling me, and you are telling journalists that you get the story, nobody's selling at 850, then I think you are fooling yourself. You are not fooling anyone, because I don't understand. I bought personally. I bought here in Ikeja. I bought at 850. 850 here in Ikeja. And you are telling me if you see any queue anywhere, it's because they are selling between 617 or 568.
So what's the difference between 800 and 1,000 naira now? 850 and 1,000 naira.
He's saying that nobody is even selling at 850.
It's not in Nigeria, just leave.
And I wonder who's... And the people he sent to check, I am sure they are Nigerians. All he needed to do is call them and check their temperatures, whether they have fever or malaria.
They might
or babies, they have cataracts.
No, they might have petrol fever, so they were not able to see the pump price very well. But 1,000 naira, if this is true at the end of the day, I just...
It's not whether it is true. In Lagos, they're selling 1,000 naira now. I'm telling you, I have seen 900.
Joshua, I'm not NNPCL now.
You are like one. This is a commodity that NNPC is telling us is available. Their stations are selling at 800. But you find that we don't have... It's like this racketeering happening.
Are we an oil-producing nation at all?
That is even below the point now, because that's an aberration. We've talked about this over and over again. What I'm shocked is how this can continue perpetually. We've been suffering this is over 2 months.
We are on top of the situation.
We are under it.
We are on top of the situation. And we will rectify everything so that you can be buying fuel at a very cheap price.
And this is what I'm saying. If you're going to sell at 1,000, fellow Nigerians,
are you the president?
Hang on.
Why are you saying fellow Nigerians?
Are you not a fellow Nigerian?
You're not doing like you want to address us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need some kind of address. It may not be from the president.
Okay.
But just say, fellow Nigerians, you can no longer get fuel at 568 naira. Now you get it at between 1,000, and gbogbo wa máa jẹ gba kámú,
And queues will disappear.
and queues will disappear.
Let's just be open. Let's just be open. I don't think your story.
Kidnapped doctor. Patients groan as NARD strike grounds hospitals. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors have commenced a 7-day warning strike yesterday, Monday, to push for the rescue of a Kaduna-based doctor, Dr. Ganiat Pupola, who was kidnapped last December and has spent about 8 months in the abductor's den. The strike, which held across the country, left patients stranded and doctors shunned work. The Minister of State for Health, Dr. Tunji Alausa, yesterday held a meeting with the leadership of NARD over the situation, and Abdullahi said Abdullahi is the president of NARD, and he said that they met with the minister, and he said he would write the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, regarding the issue and get back to them, the striking doctors. The abducted Dr. Pupola works at the National Eye Hospital, Kaduna. NARD commenced the 7-day warning strike yesterday, calling for her rescue. Meanwhile, patients in Abuja hospitals faced significant delays in accessing health care services as the strike progressed. Routine procedures and consultations were delayed, leading to considerable frustration and distress among patients. When
So it's a 7-day warning strike.
elephants are fighting the grass
Because some members of NARD have been kidnapped. I was watching one of their ESCO on a particular TV station this morning, and it gave, list of doctors that have been kidnapped right within the health facilities, not outside. And I think government will need to show more concern about the welfare of these people. We are saying, okay, these ones are faithful enough not to japa. So they are in Nigeria and they are not feeling safe.
And you're telling the ones that have jackpot to come back in the midst of all this insecurity.
This is heavy.
Why are you? What are you?
If you are working
thinking?
somewhere and you know that your life is not safe, would you be encouraged to go to work?
No.
No.
Moreover, this particular doctor had been kidnapped for about 10 months now.
Yeah.
They kidnapped some and released them sometime last week, and I even heard they caught some of the abductors. So why is her own taking this long? Since December.
I'm very
with
sure.
her- with her
I'm
nephew.
very sure. Now that we have new DGs for NIA and DSS, security, when it comes to security, intelligence is very important too. They will fish out the kidnappers.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, enjoy your story.
Joy is short of words.
Outrage as federal government pegs age for writing the West African Senior Secondary School Examination certificate examination at 18 years. So critical stakeholders in the education sector have condemned the decision of the federal government to peg the age at which students can write the Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination at 18, saying it will simply draw the sector back. Okay, so the group reacted to the comment by the Minister of Education, Professor Tahil Maman, that from 2025, any candidate who is not up to 18 will not be allowed to write the examination, and without doing so, such candidates won't be able to seek admission into tertiary institution. Now, this is the federal government's position. Says that Nigeria operates the 6334 system, where a child enrolls in school at age 6 for 6 years each for primary and secondary education. And at the end of secondary school, a Nigerian is expected to be about 18 years old, but many students often graduate at 16 or less due to skipped grades. It's a long read. Last week, it was also declared that 18 years would be the new age for JAMB also, and now they are saying that for writing WAEC, you have to be 18. WAEC and NECO, you have to be 18 years. I really do not, I don't think this is...
Well, For university admission, I think you need some level of maturity. But for WAEC, I don't think there's anything wrong.
No,
I left secondary school
if
at
at 16 is still okay. Because if you finish school at 16, you wait for 2 years.
But my mom
without
did
child
not
no
allow me
book
to go
again.
to higher institution immediately. Yes.
Yes.
I had to spend some time at home.
I think
She didn't allow you go immediately.
She did not. It was deliberate.
I think
Because she felt you were not mature enough.
Yes.
I think some parents, you
For
know,
WAEC,
post
I think
this.
18 might be.
16 is
a bit
okay for
much.
YA.
You can set the
18 is-
age bracket for those that will be admitted into our universities and other tertiary institutions.
See, I have serious issues with the Minister of Education.
Education is inconsistent.
It's the absurdity for me. In the middle of
All the things
how
they
long
do.
have you spent in the ministry?
Like
And
a year.
Suddenly you are coming with in the middle of ASU strike, you're coming with a policy. These are policies that can't be introduced in the middle of. It has to be systematic. It has to be intentional. It has to be deliberate. If I were him, I would say, look, moving forward, this policy will affect the new intake. Before you get to primary one, it has to be 6 years old. You can't say for the middle of those people. What happens to those people who are 15 or 16 now in SS3?
Yeah,
What do you do to them?
Yes, what?
Or about to
what
write WAEC
provisions
this year? I've paid already.
Have you put in place
To engage them.
See,
When you
I-
finish
I-
at 16, what are you
What do
doing
you
between
do?
16 and 18?
See, let me tell you, it's also good. I like the whole idea because we have so many
Young-
infants in university. And one person, I have a direct, I have someone who experienced it, and because of that, she insists that our kids will be of certain age before they can go into the university. So you know who I'm talking about. Because as at the time she also left university, she was very young. She said she was totally lost in the university system. But she finished. Praise God. However, I do understand that you need some level of maturity to get, because I don't understand at 15, what are you doing in a university? At 15, you have some people were even 14. They're writing jam.
So-
And whether you like it or not,
where are you
Joshua,
rushing to?
some people will take advantage of you.
The parents
well.
are usually.
Why are we in a hurry?
So this is what I'm
comfortable.
saying. It is a good idea, but don't stop introducing things
Halfway.
like
In the middle,
yes.
yes, in the middle
of that. How do you want to do?
It's part
I don't
of
understand.
Joshua, calm down. It's part of the renewed hope agenda.
Tomorrow they'll
So
tell
we're
you,
just
okay,
doing
they
it
have
in phases.
university.
The renew hope.
This is
We're just
something
doing
else
it in
they are
phases.
bringing.
There are so many things wrong with our educational system, and I can mention like 3.
If you want to renew
One.
any hope, you must do it in phases.
One, we don't have enough teachers. The quality of teachers are pretty abysmal
What is
compared to the ratio of the kids. We don't have classrooms. There are so many things you can do with university basic education. In fact, do you know
We
the
are
number of
taking-
out-of-school children in Nigeria?
Joshua.
The northern part of the country is
Joshua.
totally extricated from the rest of the country.
I'm
English is
putting
too
a
much.
psychological approach to it now. I have read the mind of the Honorable Minister of Education. Is trying to renew our hope in the education sector systematically, gradually, in phases, one by one, so that at the end of the day, it will take us to the promised land.
We have over 15 million out-of-school children in
We are
Nigeria.
working at it. Just calm down.
You are talking about age. Capture when into the education system.
Please, Joshua,
Do you know how
let's
many
move to
schools
X.
that-
When I said Joshua was speaking too much English, he has realized
He's not speaking
now
Yoruba.
Oh, yeah, go.
Okay, so many interesting things happening in Nigeria. Education, no fuel.
And you are talking about 18-year-old entering. Where do they start from? So what of you that have kids? I have a kid now that won't finish at 18.
Which education system are we
So where
running?
so
I
what
was
do you want
running
them
the
to do?
6334.
Thank God
Yes, now.
thank God I don't have that problem with my
Yes.
children. I
See,
don't.
that is the problem we have with Nigeria. Because it doesn't affect you. You feel
I
that
don't have,
you let
because-
other people
because
decide
we
what-
don't-
As a
we don't
parent,
do-
be intentional.
Yes,
Decide what they will do.
we have been intentional from
The beginning.
infancy.
What age did your children start going to school?
4, 5,
They started school at 4.
yeah.
But everyone starts by 2 years.
And they don't get into uni.
No, they don't get
until
even to primary
they are
1 until they're about
18.
6.
Yes.
And
They don't get to primary 1
and they
until
don't-
about 6.
And they
So I
don't do double promotion. And they don't
It's
skip
not even,
classes.
don't even encourage it.
I don't
They don't
encourage
skip.
that either.
Oh, after primary 5, some parents will
Some
say
start
no.
from-
Primary 6,
Some
and
from
they
primary
take them.
4, some
from
You know,
primary
some
4.
from even primary
Yeah.
4. So you have to be
Straight to JSS1.
intentional also.
Okay.
Okay, let's move to X. And of course, a bit of good news. You know, we have new presidential jets in the country for Mr. President. He's been using it. Joshua, what's that? Now we have a brand new coach for the Super Eagles. And with this quality of coach, World Cup is assured, Nations Cup is
Ajibola
assured.
Ajibola.
Why is Jibola sarcastic?
I believe in Nigeria, Joshua.
Stop raising Nigerians' hope falsely.
But this is not fair.
Deliberate. This
Don't
is
you have
pure
hope in the
witchcraft.
new coach?
NFF appoints a German
Lombardia.
new
It
coach.
sounds like an aircraft.
Yes, Bruno
Bombardier.
He's
Labbadia
gonna
as the
take
new
us
coach of the
high.
Super Eagles.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's going to start his work immediately and is expected to make Nigeria qualify for World Cup, for Nations Cup, and probably win the World Cup and the Nations Cup at the same time. And the NFF Executive Committee has approved the recommendation of a technical and development subcommittee to appoint Mr. Bruno Labbadia as the new head coach of the Super
Did you
Eagles,
hear what?
according to the Federation's General Secretary.
Did you see what Big Pete is talking about?
What did she
He
say?
said we just got a new coach. He's talking about
He's a
how
fine
handsome
man.
he is.
The coach? Yes, now.
coach we've had.
You know, we are just doing different kind of ceremony in Nigeria. First, it was the presidential jet. Now, he's a new coach, a new NIA DG, new DSS DG. Everything just happening.
New.
Let me tell you something about Nigeria. We have so many challenges. But one thing you can't take away from Nigerians, we know how to catch cruise.
So, are we catching cruise now?
Do you know what we did to South Africa last week?
With the bold drivers.
Look, lovers of
Nigeria, so you can't play with Nigeria as far as these things are concerned. But let us enjoy. Sometimes we need
Some comical relief.
Yes, we need splashes of good news to dot our lines. to
Joshua,
help
but these
us.
are intentional steps targeted at repositioning Nigeria to take a rightful place in the world of football. Yeah. Believe it or not.
please, what's
So, congratulations to our new coach,
this man?
Jibola, what happened?
Bruno.
Honestly, I don't believe Jibola one.
Bruno Labbadia, and I hope that it will take us to the Nations Cup. and
You
of
are
course-
attacking me today, right? You know that I would have taken that stand.
Okay, as football lovers, what do
Yeah.
you know about him?
Well, he was a former player, he was a former coach.
Okay.
Essentially, his experience is limited to Germany, and Germany is a good playing football nation. You know the German machines, they play so well. So I believe that his expertise is going to rub on our players, on our
Any
football.
success stories, winning,
He doesn't have to win anything. I think he's going to do.
Okay.
He's going to do well. Are you a prophet?
I think
He
he's
doesn't
going,
have to win anything.
I think he's going to do well.
to do well.
Yes, I think we don't do well with local coaches because
Okay.
the other guy, Finidi George,
Yeah.
he nearly finished us. so,
Finidi.
in order-
Nearly
in order for us, in order for us not to be totally finished, we had to sack him, and now.
You did not sack him. I think he left.
He left.
He
Yeah,
left.
He resigned.
George,
He resigned.
he did not
Let me
sack
tell
him.
you, see,
He
let me-
George,
resigned.
he resigned.
He
Let
resigned.
me,
He did
let
not
me
sack
tell
him.
you. Let me tell you, people. When you see the handwriting on the wall,
Yes.
You resigned.
in the football world, when you hear someone resigned, that person, it was a mutual agreement that Kofi Wele, what sack him?
Can we
right.
link that to the NIA and DSS boss?
What sack you want?
Can we-
Sorry, there is
Okay. Resignation or not. NIA, DSS, Bruno Labbadia. We have new things trending in the country and we'd like to hear from you. Please do connect with us on our social media platforms. Give us your own views and comment about some of this development. DSS, NIA, Bruno Labbadia. We're taking a very short break
Finidi
on the
George.
program at this moment. When we come back, we'll be looking at something very, very important. Some people are flexing and others are suffering. Is it fair? You'll find out after this break.